Spending a lot of time at my computer. I am just like in the need of a good reset for the new year. And also just because lately, I wouldn't even say lately, I think I spent most of fall in like a weird crisis, not really knowing what direction I want to go in as far as my career. Recently graduated this year, earlier this year in the spring, and now that that is like off my plate, I've just been really thinking about like what I can do now with like my full time that can be dedicated to work. And I just, like I said, I spent all of fall like really overwhelmed by that thought. But after a little trip that I had for Thanksgiving, I feel ready to like come back and reset not only my studio. You guys are going to see how messy my studio is. I have not even unpacked my market wagon from like the markets that I did in November, but also just been resetting my website. Yesterday, I spent the whole day setting up my mail club on my website. I have my mail club that I've always run on my Patreon, and nothing is changing over there, but I just have like run into a lot of issues with the Patreon platform as a whole for my physical rewards. Just the way that I run my rewards doesn't always so easily flow with the platform of Patreon. So I wanted to offer it on my website as like a way for people to be less intimidated to sign up, and also honestly for me to be able to keep like better track of that mail. So that's up. And now I am just like redoing my portfolio completely. I had privated my portfolio because I felt like I just stopped updating it for so long. So I just like deleted the page, and now I am getting it back up. Here's the state of my studio right now. It's actually not too bad. It's just I keep just putting stuff down on surfaces because my drawers are not super organized. So there's just like a bunch of stuff and like wasted space. And then of course my cart and my blocking mats. So it's time to clean. Miss Clemmy, you're glowing so beautifully in the sun. I can officially retire this little sign because I sold all of them. So I normally store my sticker sheets just like this, and it's not super effective in terms of space, and I also can't see them unless I stand on my tippy toes. But as you can see with these, there's like these notches in the back, which means that the Container Store sells dividers for these. But I just never know what size they are, so I always get too lazy to buy them, but I'm gonna order them right now because I'm just done with not like maximizing these more. So this side of my closet, because my closet has like 2 entrances and it's like a very slim closet, this side has the drawers with like all of my craft stuff, like meaning stuff that I sometimes make for shop updates but like I don't always gravitate towards. And it has gotten a little messy, so I'm gonna reorganize it a bit and compress, because that's, for me, that's like the big thing whenever I need to reorganize or clean or something, is I tend to like spread stuff out unnecessarily and I need to just like compress to put stuff where it goes. Okay, up here. Yeah, I have like my clay, my polymer clay stuff. I think I'm gonna put my beads and stuff in here, just because whenever I bead, it's like a big mountain of stuff. Hey guys. Day 2. I'm addressing this random little area over here that's like wasted space. And to no one's, well, to my surprise, not my surprise, I have sketchbooks that have just been sitting here for who knows how long. And you guys will notice that this will be a big theme for me in this video, is sketchbooks just everywhere taking up space where it's not necessary. They could be half used, they could be fully used, they could not be used at all. So I'm gonna go through them. So this one's fully done. Why is it here? I don't know. I'm gonna consider this one done.
Sketchbook is this one again. Strathmore.
Boom, 2 empty baskets that were being wasted away. Okay, this has become a little bit of a breeding ground for just dumping stuff on. For now, I'm gonna go through my sketchbooks. Because like I mentioned, I just have too many. Like, guys, everyone needs to stop letting me buy sketchbooks, because why? clean my studio. I don't even want to tell y'all and how long. So we're gonna do that today. We're gonna wipe stuff down and we're gonna dust and mop and vacuum and such. I finished up my workday working on this because I knew I really wanted to be able to split. I hustled working on this yesterday. Probably not the best thing to try on over a sweater. But look at it! This is the Loopy Studio cardigan. It's supposed to be a scrappy cardigan that's like meant to be more purposefully striped, but I just love this Noro yarn. So this is what we're working with right now. Okay, friends, so I'm gonna show you guys how I use an app to essentially separate stuff out for me for Rezo printing. So I have my Rezo print of the month for my Peachy Mail Club, right? I did not draw it in a way that was like it's ready to be Rezo printed. I just kind of drew it however I wanted to. So here she is. With Rezo printing, your stuff has to be separated into all the different inks that you're going to use, and those separations need to be black and white. So we're going to do that really quick. It's this app called Spectralite, and it's only available on Mac OS, but it is free, and it is awesome. I'm going to select my palette, excuse me, and see what will look best. So I have that there. I'm going to Rezofy. So definitely pretty dull. So I'm gonna try pink, yellow, mint. Okay, so I think this is gonna be our best bet for this. But first, I gotta put 2 on a sheet of paper. I'm gonna quickly export. Yes, I'm the type of person that just types random letters sometimes. Then that will be my artwork. Look at that. Nice and fancy. And then I'm going to export, and essentially what it's going to do is it's going to export all of my layers as black and white for my Rezo. So you see here we have the yellow, we have the mint, and we have the pink. So I'm going to export that, and I'm actually going to name it this time. And now I can send it to my laptop to print on the Rezo. I fixed it. She was printing like this, and now she's printing how she's supposed to. Amazing. Scared I was gonna have to service her. These actually turned out so cute. I like them a lot better than I thought I was going to. I think Spectralite did a good job separating out the colors and getting them nice and accurate. It's so this is one of my favorites. I think this is my favorite Riso print for the Mail Club so far. Sitting here cutting all of the stickers. I got super behind in November because Patreon system was for some reason not sending me the CSV file with my patrons' addresses to send them the envelopes. So I basically could not send people their rewards for like a whole month. So I got really jumbled in like my system and like when I print stickers and laminate them and cut them and everything. So I am currently cutting these stickers that are supposed to go out ASAP. So honestly, probably gonna be the rest of the day here, but it's okay because I have knitting and I have my iPad because I'm an iPad baby.
It was getting worse again. I thought I was gonna have to go on the real deal monitor, and they were like, no, I think we've got enough. I think we've got enough. And, you know, from my perspective, there was, you know, Jesse came, you and Christy came, our friend Annie also came.
You can do that. You could stay in that emergency room for a long time.
I'm having a difficult time hearing your story. Like, I'm now so aware of my heartbeat that I'm having a difficult time.
Good. You're in touch with it.
Supporting you in this.
But I got right in. Although the
My mail club has been with me since 2021, and I've been so lucky and blessed to have so many lovely patrons and people that have trusted me in making cute stickers and prints for them over the years. And this change of offering it now on my website, even though nothing's changing on Patreon, just the change of offering it on my website too feels a little scary because my mail club is like my piece of stability in an unpredictable sort of job setting. When you own your own business, it's like everything is up to you essentially, and there's a lot of forces that you can't control or things that you have to really put an extra effort, and it might feel like it's not doing much for you. But having this mail club has served as such a strong pillar for me in my life. And like I said, offering it on my website has been a little bit scary because change can be a little scary, but I am excited to see how in 2026 that sort of changes for me. I've been knitting a lot, which I think is fairly obvious if you've gotten to this part of the video. If you watched my little knitting vlog, fiber arts in general has kind of served for me as another channel for like my passion of creating. You might think, well, why would you need another channel for that? And I don't mean like, sorry, I know that sounds like YouTube channel. I mean like another medium for me to express that passion, that like overflowing creativity that I have. This year, I really learned that something needed to change in my, I wouldn't even necessarily say my career, like not really the job part of my job, but more the creative part. I knew that there had to be a shift because I had been struggling for the last 2 years, kind of fighting against this burnout and also kind of like not accepting it fully. But this year I knew that like something needed to shift. I realized that I have kind of been in this toxic, codependent relationship between myself and my creativity. It's developed in that way because I have essentially placed all of my value as a person on my artwork and my creativity, and that's not great. I am much more than an artist, and it certainly doesn't feel that way a lot of times. A lot of times it feels like an artist is who I am to my very core, and if I can't create, then I don't really know what else I can do. Like, this really feels like the only thing that I am good at. When all of this started taking off for me a few years ago, now almost 6 years ago, it was essentially serving as validation that like, oh, this is where I'm supposed to be. And so I just started being so entirely codependent with my artwork, in the sense that I was like, my artwork is directly reflective of who I am as a person and how, quote, good I am as a person and how much value I hold. That's problematic. That's not good. Creating really made me fall in love with life when I was at a point where I really didn't like life. So creating just really gave me that vehicle to just enjoy life in ways that I saw other people enjoying life, and it gave me direction, it gave me so many things. So when it's not working out, and by it's not working out, I mean when I'm not able to create, like whether I'm in an art block or I feel like my skills have lacked in development, or I'm not able to make things that I like, it really, really takes a toll on my mood and on my just confidence, self-worth. I call it a codependent toxic relationship because, yeah, it's kind of like I'm depending on this factor that I don't really fully have control over. Like, we can influence our creativity a lot and we can hone it and we can channel it, but you just can't force your brain and your hands to create perfect artwork every single time you sit down to draw. It's just not possible, or at least it doesn't happen until decades and decades of experience. And so I have turned to knitting, obviously, and knitting is something that makes me really happy, just as excited as drawing and painting and all that stuff. And more importantly, it's helping me find an identity outside of what I do for work. Maybe this wouldn't feel as problematic if I didn't draw for as a job, but I do. So I kind of have to force myself to, in a way, create some sort of distance, no matter how much I love doing what I do. I'm excited to start healing that, and I'm excited to, you know, be like, I am an artist and I love it and I love doing it, but I'm also other things. So that's kind of where I've been at. As someone who is obsessive and ever expansive and passionate and hyperfixated, and also diagnosed with ADHD this year. So that probably explains a lot. Before we close out today's video, I wanted to quickly mention the sponsor, which is of course Squarespace. If you don't know who Squarespace is, they're an all-in-one platform where you can create your very own website. And it is the platform that I have always used to run my website, my online art business, my portfolio, and I have recently added even my Peachy Mail Club, and I'm now taking Rezo inquiries on there as well. So all in one, I have all my stuff on my Squarespace website. They have a lot of tools that can help you do essentially anything that you would like to do on your website. I know for me recently, I set up my Peachy Mail Club on there, like I mentioned. So I was actually able to set up subscriptions for all of the different tiers, and it's just like super customizable. You can offer a lot of different types of subscriptions. If you are interested in Squarespace, you can go to squarespace.com for a free trial, and you can use my code for 10% off your first purchase.